Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel once again. So today we are going to learn how we can paint autumn leaves and convert those into a greeting card. So it's the month of September, so I was thinking to do one more autumn leaves tutorial. So I have shown you everything in detail in my previous video, like how we can draw autumn leaves, but for today's I have used two different types of autumn leaves. So let's learn one more time quickly how we can draw these two autumn leaves. So create a curve and then divide into subsections like this, and then create a serrated leaves around every section. Likewise, you can create one more with an heart shape. So create an heart shape, create 5 lines towards left, right, center and 2 towards downward. Create smooth leaves like this and then convert all these into serrated leaves. So you can see all these things more clearly with the help of pen. So let me trace everything with the help of pen, and then we can rub all the unwanted pencil mark. And likewise, you can draw these autumn leaves. I have created one video around how we can draw autumn leaves, wherein I have used multiple shape of autumn leaves, so you can refer to those video. I can give you a link into a description section so that you can learn all these things step by step slowly, and you can draw anything and paint and utilize those to create some greeting cards like we're going to do today. So let's utilize these two autumn leaves into the watercolor sheet. So I have already created these leaves into my sheet and make it little lighter so that we cannot see the pencil mark. So let's start with the first one. So for today's video I'm going to use wet on wet technique. So I am going to wetten my leaf area with the help of clean water, or else you can use a light shade of color as well, so that you can see where you have applied water and you can also see the shape clearly. That's why I'm using very light shade of yellow color to wetten the leaf area. You can do all these things section by section because we need to wetten the area, so it should be wetted enough so that we can add more color into it, and then it will emerge into that particular area without any hard edges into it. So once you are done with wettening your area, you can use all the autumn colors you like to. So first I'm using orange color and creating all these leaves, keeping the serrated sections intact. I'm adding this orange color, somewhere little light shade, somewhere little dark shade, and something like this. Because our sheet is wet, this will gonna spread a little bit and create some contrast of colors. And for two sections I'm using green color. So green is also a part of autumn color itself, so we can add a little bit of green also. So I'm wettening these two sections with the help of light shade of green, and then I'm going to utilize red color, orange color, yellow color, whatever you like to add. So I'm adding first orange color itself, so we can see the hint of green, but orange is more dominant. And then once you're done with the orange, you can add a little bit of red color into it. As my sheet is still wet, you can see the sheen in my sheet. So when your sheet is wet, you can add more color into it. So I'm adding orange color here and there, not thinking too much. I just wanted to keep the edges little in dark shade, and you can keep lighter shade in the center. You can think of your own shades and all. So I'm using these three color, yellow, orange and red, and obviously a little bit of green as well. So I'm adding little dark shade of green as well in between. This is done. You can add a stem and let it aside for some time and let it dry for some time and keep it aside, and meanwhile we can paint the second one. For the second one also, I'm using the same wet on wet technique. This time I'm wetting my leaf area with the help of yellow color. You can use clean water as well, but I like to see the shape where I'm applying water, because these leaves are serrated leaves, so we can see the serrations properly. So that's why I like to wetten the area with some color. So I'm wettening the area with the help of yellow color. Then I'm going to add all the autumn colors like brown, red, orange, whatever you like to. Once you're done with the yellow color throughout your sheet, you can do all these things section by section as also, it's totally fine, but I'm doing it together. Once you feel like your sheet is wet enough, you can start adding more colors into it. So for this one, I'm going to use brown color. Let's add a little bit of brown color around the edges and in between as well. Basically, we are repeating the same thing what we did in the first one, but this time I'm using different color. So for this particular one, I'm thinking to use red color and orange color a little bit on one side, and one side I'll keep brown and yellow, but choice is yours. Shades are totally depend on which one you like to use, so you don't have to copy mine. Just simply create your own leaf with your own shape and colors. So I'm done with the brown color. Maybe we can add a little bit of red color as well at one side. So I'm keeping more red at one side and more brown at another side. As we are using many colors, so make sure your sheet is wet enough to avoid some hard edges. So we should not see any hard edges, we should not see the transactions of color. And I think this much is enough, and let it dry for some time. I think this one is quite dry now. Also going to add metallic color into these leaves, but this is totally optional. If you don't have metallic color, don't worry about it. Keep it like that only, it's totally fine, and let it dry for some time and jump into the next step. But if you have metallic color, you can add a little bit of metallic color here and there, not fully throughout your leaves, but at least a few areas you can cover, so that you can get some shimmery effect in your leaves. I'm doing it for the few areas, so we are not hiding anything. We can still see the red color, orange color transaction, but we are also adding a little bit of golden color here and there. You can do it if you have metallic color. If you don't have metallic color, just avoid it and do not worry about these things. And once you are done with the metallic color as well, just keep it aside for a long time until it gets dried completely, and then we are going to do the next step. So after quite a minute, my sheet is now completely dried, and now you can see the shimmery effect of golden into my leaves. This is what needs to be done with the help of watercolor. Now with the help of gel pen, I'm going to add leaf vines. So all the vines that we need to create inside the leaf and the subsections, I'm going to do all these things with the help of black gel pen. You can do it with the help of watercolor itself, but it is easy to do these things with the help of pen. And I really wanted to do it with the help of black color, so I thought to use pen itself rather than using watercolor. Again, I have already created a separate video around how we can draw all these things, so refer to those videos if you want to learn how we can draw things clearly. Okay, we're done with these two. Now let's cut the sheet into two sections. or you can use a new sheet also, it's totally fine, but I'm using only one sheet to create one greeting card, so that's why I'm dividing it into two different sections. So now we need to cut it, so take all your time to cut it properly. Take all your time to do all these cuttings. Sometimes it's hard to cut these kind of leaves because it has multiple serration in it, but try to do as much as you can. Whatever you can do, just try to do your best. Okay, so I'm done with first cutting and I'll cut the second one as well. So let me do it quickly. I have taken all my time, but I'm showing you all these things quickly. So do it slowly and gradually, and define your cut properly. Now we have two cuttings of two different leaves. Now we are almost done with the process. Now we have these two sections as well, blank section, and with the help of double tape, so I have this tape just to elevate the leaf a little bit, I'm using it. Otherwise you can stick it with the help of glue as well, it's totally fine. So I'm using these double tape foam, and I'm going to stick it at the back side of the leaf. I have used older sheet, so that's why you can see some painting behind. And then you can stick it above to the sheet. You can keep the section little bit outside the sheet as well. You don't have to stick it all inside the sheet. So for the second one, I'm going to stick it a little bit outside so that we can see the leaf cutting as well. So likewise, you can stick it anywhere in your sheet. You can use new sheet as well, or you can use two cuttings for one single greeting card as well. You can try multiple permutation combination, and then you can write something whatever you like to add. You can convert this into greeting card for any occasion like anniversary or birthday or whatever you like to add. So hope you have liked this video. Do let me know if you have any kind of feedback for me, and thank you so much for supporting me and loving my videos, and thank you so much for watching my videos. See you guys in the next video.